you doing, everyone? It got really hot these past couple days. I think it's like over 90, 95, and I think on next Tuesday in California, in the Bay Area, it's gonna hit triple digits. Now, all my family, majority of my family moved to Texas. They probably deal with that on a daily basis. Over here, not so much. Today's video, I want to go over some tips, and I have a reference. I wrote some stuff down. I can't have it all memorized. Go over some tips to how to stay cool during the summer. I want to stay nice and cool because this heat can really get to you, and it can be quite dangerous. Some of the first tips will be kind of obvious. The first tip will be to make sure you stay hydrated. Drink a lot of fluids. When you're perspiring and sweating a lot, you're obviously losing a lot of fluids, electrolytes, so you want to stay replenished. You can also, especially if you work out, you want to have a sports drink. And if you do work out, make sure to try to work out earlier in the morning. This morning, I saw a lot of people. My wife took our daughter out for a walk by 8 o'clock. It was already 70, 75, so you want to do that early. The other thing you want to do, another tip, is to try to obviously avoid the sun for obvious reasons. Now, some sun is good. It's good for vitamin D. It can help with some mild bouts of depression to get some sunlight. But when it's scorching hot, you don't want to be in there. And if you have to be, let's say you're working construction or something, God bless your soul, but wear some sunscreen. Make sure you get all around. That'll avoid your lessen your chances, of getting cancer and wrinkles and whatnot. Another tip to stay cool is, I'm fortunate enough to have air conditioning. Me and my wife, we decided to upgrade our air conditioning. That is a godsend because in my previous homes, I never grew up with any air conditioning. It's just abysmal. If you don't have AC, ceiling fans if possible, or they even have portable air conditioning, portable ones like Hawaiian Breeze. I think I have one. Those work pretty well. Some high-powered fans. It's a little bit cheaper than having to buy and install a complete air conditioning system. What else? I just got done taking a nice cold shower. That is another great tip to stay cool. Now, that's only going to last you for so long, especially if it's very humid. But if you take a nice cold shower and you try to stay indoors, like I mentioned, it's going to help alleviate a lot of the heat. Other thing you could do is get some ice packs and kind of put it around. I used to get a wet towel in the nighttime when I'd have AC at my parents' house and it was upstairs and I was burning in the nighttime. Get a wet compress, cold, and just put it all over you. Or you could just go old school if you don't have an ice pack, and you can put some ice cubes inside a little Ziploc bag and just kind of press, and it makes a huge difference. The other thing you want to do, and even if you love to cook, you might want to try to avoid the oven. I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, my wife was on a business trip, and I decided to make some fried chicken. It was like 100 degrees outside. I'm like, even with the AC, I could feel all that heat. During the wintertime, it's wonderful if you want to make soups and crock pots and baked chicken and all this stuff. It's good in the wintertime because it's cold, but when it's hot and you don't have AC, what are you doing? So still cook, but try to avoid the oven if possible. Do something more basic. The other thing is, if you have curtains in your house, well, the majority of people do, or blinds, you want to probably close them. I have one open, semi-open here just for some lighting, but on this side you can't see. I basically close all the drapes, the blinds. Why? For obvious reasons. The sun, as it emits in your house, it's going to increase the temperature in your home, which is what you don't want. So that's going to help. That's not really a noticeable one, but if you, let's say, run some errands and you leave all the blinds open, yes, you're going to get some nice natural sunlight, but it's going to increase the temperature of your house. That's pretty much it. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. Oh, the other thing is, and this doesn't apply to everyone, but it's probably common sense if you live in a 2-story house. Now, I have air conditioning right now, so I'm fine. I'm upstairs. but there is about an 8 degree difference, 8 degree Fahrenheit difference from upstairs and downstairs. And people that have lived in 2-story houses, and my wife used to live in a 2-story house growing up. I did as well. Our current house I'm living in right now has a 2-story house. It's like an 8 degree difference in terms of heat, because heat rises, if you've heard of that. So especially if you don't have AC, it's going to be pretty self-explanatory, but you don't want to be hanging out upstairs. It's just brutal if you don't have AC. Even with a fan, it can help a little bit, but I would avoid staying upstairs and stay downstairs if you have a 2-story house. So that's my time. Those are some tips, about 7, 8 tips or so on how to stay cool this summer. It's a little bit late, summer's ending, but I didn't really think about it much just because like it wasn't even that hot. And then I think I jinxed it and told my wife, hey, a couple weeks ago, oh, it's been pretty good. We haven't really even hit the triple digits yet. And then boom, it just kind of hit. And California had a rolling blackout yesterday too. It's for another store with PG&E. That company is just abysmal, but I don't think I'll save that for another video. That's my time. Hopefully these tips were helpful. Questions always welcome, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.